Hi. Just checking we are live. Yay. We're live. Happy Halloween to those of you that do Halloween. To those that don't, happy Thursday. My gosh, my hair. Hope you're all well. Hope you've had a fabulous week. I'm just putting my spiders together. I forgot I brought these spiders and I haven't done them. It's a bit sad, isn't it? I got the rest of my Halloween bits up. Got my Halloween house that we did. That is coming back actually. They'll be bringing the Halloween house kit back. And it'll be staying, I believe, until Halloween next year. So that'll be good. And my jelly cats. I've got my black cat, jelly cat, and my little pumpkin. And then I've decorated my tree with a couple of things that me and Hayden have made at our Wednesday group that we go to. And then I brought some little pumpkins, glittery pumpkins, just to pop on there to give it that little bit extra. And my pumpkin skeleton type thingy that I just liked. And yeah, and I bought these, and I've just found them. I was looking for some papers actually, and I was like, oh no, I haven't done those, so I might just do the one and pop that up. But yeah, we've got our little spinners. Where can I put it? That's my Lincolnshire imp. I'll just cover him up for now. Pop it on there. There we go. That's it. We have a spider. The other two I'll do after. So, how is everybody? Do pop on and say hello. Yeah, Halloween means it's November tomorrow. Gosh, November already. Can't believe it. But with that, it does mean that today is the last day of the joining offer and the kits sale. So if you're interested in either of those, kits have got up to 35% off, and the joining offer is, I totally forget now, is it £160 worth of stuff for 99? I'm sure it is, because it's usually £130 worth of stuff for 99, but with the offer you can choose £160 worth of stuff for £99. So yeah, excellent, brilliant value. Right, yeah, I've had a full-on week again. It just seems to be the way at the moment. I'm stopping to catch my breath, and yeah, I've got a bit of a decision to make. It's craft show at the NEC tomorrow. Well, it's on at the moment, but I'm thinking, do I want to go? But I don't want to spend no money. That sounds terrible. I want a day out and I enjoy going, but I keep thinking, do I really want to spend that money? Don't know what to do. Don't know what. I mean, it's not going to cost me much to go. I think with parking and ticket and fuel, it's going to cost me about 50 quid. So it's not a lot, but I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll see how I go. See how this evening goes and how I feel. I'm going to have a crafty session with a friend this evening, so that'll be nice. Yeah. So today we're going to be playing with the Playful Ghosts. So I will just switch cameras. There we go. And we will pop on this other light because that helps. Now I do get some glare from my top camera. Light, I mean, not camera. So yeah, we're going to be playing with the Playful Ghosts. You may have seen a couple of samples I've put out this week already. Halloween cards aren't something I send. I don't know many people that do Halloween, to be fair, but I enjoy creating them. This I've used on my Halloween house. I did some extra little bits and put them around, so yeah, that's nice. I've also used it in my album that I did, which that's over here. Just grab that real quick album folio that I did. I used it in here because it just adds some little bits to that, so yeah, that was nice to do. I'm undecided what to do with this album. I love it, but we don't do anything for Halloween now that Hayden's older. What will I do with this? And I was thinking of parting with this one. But then I just had a thought that I could get Hayden photos of Hayden over the years of Halloween and pop them in there. That's a thought. We'll see. But yeah, for today, we're going to have a go at a couple of techniques, I think, as well. I don't think you've seen the card yet that's to go out for the blending that I did, masking and blending, which is, I will show you a sneak peek of that one. That's that one. Well, I've just blended onto a piece of white card with gorgeous grape, using a mask and basic black, and then use the lemon lime twist in the middle, and I've splattered with some water just to give that extra effect. And all this is heat embossed. But I thought we could do a similar technique to what I did with alcohol, but doing it with water to make some backgrounds. So I want my glass mats. I'm probably going to get messy, which isn't a bad thing. I don't mind getting messy. We're a bit wonky there, aren't we? Maybe it's me, not sure. But that's okay. I'm sorry about the glare, but not much I can do about that, and I'll get the glass mat out the way as soon as we've done our technique. So I want a piece of basic white cardstock, and this is our standard layer. Hello Carol, how are you? Which is 10 centimeters by 14.4, and I'm going to do, I'm going to go for a pumpkin pie background for this one. How this will work, I'm not quite sure. I might do a couple of colours actually. We'll just pop some colour down, and we can spritz with water. Might have a bit too much colour there, but we shall see. So that's nice and wet, and then we'll just pick that up like so. We can just keep dabbing it in it till we cover our paper and card. That's quite pretty, isn't it? And just add a bit more so that I can get some around the edges. I am going to go in with another colour, I think. It's just a matter of dunking it, really. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. Everyone will turn out different. That's better. See how we've got a bit of a watercolory type thing going on there. Let me grab my old tea towel. And then I'm just going to dry that off a little bit before we add the second colour. I'll swap plugs because I've got my phone plugged in. Excuse the noise. I do want the colours to merge, but not too much. I don't want a murky brown, which is why I'm just going to dry it off. And it will curl, but that's fine. When we glue it down, we can straighten it back out. Okay, that's okay. And then I think I'm going to go purple, a gorgeous grape. Now I'm not going to put quite so much colour down with this because I'm not sure how this will look. But I love gorgeous grape and pumpkin pie. As you can see, it's getting a bit of a grungy effect to it. It's going almost like a deep plum, which is good. We like that. Just trying to make sure that I cover most of the areas with some colour. Just let it soak it up a bit. I just don't want to make it to look too uniform. I think if I just get some more, I'm quite happy with that. I am going to, if we just pop some on there and grab an aqua painter, preferably one that's got some water in. I don't think, oh, this one's got a little bit. And we'll just wet that. And then we can just pick that up and just go in on these areas. That's where we haven't quite got it covered. We can add some more in some areas that we think we'd like a bit more colour. A bit more dark on there. There we go. And that'll be okay. So we've got a nice background there, I think. You'll agree? I'll clean that out after. So we'll just dry that off. Oh, washer's finished. Why do they always finish in the most inconvenient times? And give that a dry. We'll see how it looks. Nice effect of top. It is, isn't it? Just something a bit different. If you're like me, you get stuck doing the same things again and again and again. So it's nice to try something different. And I did this with alcohol markers, with the blend and alcohol on the block and printed. And I thought, you know what? Probably do it just with ink and water. Now obviously you could leave this to dry if you're doing multiples, do others while you're waiting. There we go. So we've got, in fact it looks better on screen again than it does in real life. But I am just going to add some water splats to it. Because I think that just adds that little bit extra. And I can also wash my brush. I always keep this little pot of water on my desk. It is airtight so my water doesn't go mouldy or anything. It was a little, I think it had sweets in it. I used to keep one of these little yogurt pots that I keep my glue in, but of course it didn't have a lid, so it used to get all horrible and all dust, and the cats would go in it, and oh, it's terrible. But then I had that with some sweets in it, and I thought, oh, that's perfect. Right, we can get rid of our glass mat so we can stop the glare. There we go. Now we need to decide what we're going to do. Now I think that will flatten. I'm going to stamp direct onto here, that way, and heat emboss. And I'm going to bring in the Halloween memories for my sentiment. And I fancy spooky fun, I think, or trick and treat. We'll have some spooky fun. So I'm going to bring in my stamping mat because it's photopolymer, so that gives it that bit of cushioning. And grab a block. Now if I was doing this with just ink rather than heat embossing, I would use a stamping platform, my Stamparatus, so that I could go over it a couple of times to make sure I got a solid impression. But because I'm heat embossing, it tends to be a little bit fail-safe. Just making sure I've got plenty of Versamark ink on that so it's nice and sticky. And then I'm going to pop that in the middle at the top. Thereabouts. There we go. You won't see that. But we've got that. And I forgot to use my embossing buddy. So it's probably going to stick everywhere. I do have an old piece of card that I use, as you can see, putting on my black. Now, this isn't a wow powder. We do sell the wow powder in basic set the black. This isn't. Mine is in my basket ready to be ordered, but this is just some that I had. So yes, I am being naughty. I am using something else, but it is only a bit of embossing powder. And we've all got things in our stash that we need to use. Now I am just putting that back on there because when I tapped it, I think I tapped it a bit hard and some of the powder came off the writing. It has again, but that's okay. It's Halloween, it can be spooky, it can be edgy, it doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, and we'll just heat that. Perhaps could have done with drying my card a bit more first. But it's fine. So long as we can read what it says, I'm happy with that. It's taking a bit longer for it to melt than normal. There we go. See, it is a bit, you can't tell from there. There are bits missing. It's not perfect, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. All right, and this is going to be a real simple Stampin' Colour because I want the background to be the main feature of it. So I am going to use my embossing buddy this time. I'm just going to put it all over so that I know wherever I stamp is going to be okay. And I love this little guy, the little Dracula guy here. So we're going to have him just flying off. Ink him up well again. Bringing in my matte. I'll plop him down there. Make sure that's got. Bring back my piece of card. And we'll sprinkle powder on again. So, do you do Halloween? It's not big over here, is it at all? I love Halloween, especially when Hayden was young. And I wish we made more of it, but this is the first year I've decorated inside my house at all. Hayden's always done a pumpkin, he hasn't this year. I've had 18 years of pumpkins and now it's stopped. It's not fair. So there's him, and I'm going to colour him in because I think he deserves to be coloured. And I'm just going to grab, I'm not going to do any shading, dark basic black, and I'm just going to colour in his cape. And because we've only used ink, we can colour over the top of it. And because we've embossed it, it's easier to colour within the lines. And it just gives a nice shiny edge so that you can still make out the edges. I'll show you in a bit. Just going over it a couple of times so I get a nice thick black, proper coverage. Nice dark black, which will really pop against the orange and the purple. But this is all I did with that other card that I showed at the beginning. And I am just going, oh well, I will do it purple. Now, we haven't got a blend for Gorgeous Grape, but because I'm not blending, I can just go in with my right marker, and because it's on orange, it is looking almost black, but you can see it's not. It's got a purple tinge. I bet on camera it just looks black. No, you don't. It's your nephew's birthday and would always be at his part. Oh, happy birthday to your nephew. Yeah, it's hard, isn't it, when things are like that. Hayden's birthday's Boxing Day. That makes Christmas quite awkward. My birthday, bonfire night, which I always loved. When I was little, I always believed the fireworks and that were for me. It was all done for me. But yeah, it meant I had something to do on my birthday without having to do something really. My parents, we always went to a bonfire and to or whatever fireworks display, and so I always had a special birthday without having to need a party. But I suppose when it's something like Halloween, it takes it away a bit, doesn't it? I mean, bonfire night's just a celebration, isn't it? And yeah, Hayden, we have to make sure with it being Boxing Day that we always stop the Christmas. We always made it when he was younger. Christmas cards came down. They went different places, but not prominent. And his birthday cards went up, so it was his birthday. Then it got, when he was a bit older, he had two, because we used to like have Christmas at home, and then in the morning we'd have Boxing Day, we'd have his birthday. Then we'd go to my parents, because we'd do Dell's parents on Christmas Day, do my parents on Boxing Day, where we would have Christmas for a couple of hours, and then a bit later we'd have birthday again, to try and make sure it was separate. Right, so we've got our little ghosty. You can see it's a slightly different shade. It has got a touch of purple to it. I am going to use, I believe, have we got a white? We have. We've got a wisp of white. I know I have the old pencil, watercolour pencils. I'm not sure if they still have a white in. I believe they do. I'm just going to colour that. Just add in a little bit just to lighten it. But I want him to seem see-through. Transparent is the word, isn't it? It's see-through. Me and my simple vocabulary. Right, so we've got that, and then I'm going to add some bats out of here. We've got this cute little stamp that's bats and stars, and I love it as a filling. Grab a little block, and I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to emboss them. Lots of embossing today. And this is just a real quick card. Add one up there. So I'll fill up to that, and I think I'm going to do that separate. And I add a pumpkin, and I've just knocked my embossing powder over because I forgot to put the lid on. Oh dear, never mind. Never mind. We can pick up what we can. My hands aren't working too well today at all. I was at the hospital again the other day, and because they've stopped my meds for a while, but I'm allowed to go back on them, but at a lower dose because of my liver. But we're going to see how that goes, and then I've got to go and have another ultrasound on my hands. Because my hands never truly go down the swelling, it's always there. So she wants to see how that gets on. Right, I want a pumpkin here, but what I'm going to do, because I love this pumpkin off here, we have got these two here, but I love this one, so I'm going to use that, and I'm going to try to do it on white or on a piece of pumpkin pie. I think we'll do it on pumpkin pie. Find a scrap of pumpkin pie, and I always go to the Regals, and it's not. It's in the Brights. Okay. I'm going to stamp that again. I'm going to emboss it just to keep everything the word's not the same, but the same. To keep continuity. That's the word. There you go. Just stamp that on there. And then we can just have a nice black outline for this. So yeah, my hands don't seem to want to work too well at the moment. Alright. Let's pop that back in there. And we will heat that. Alright, and we'll fussy cut this. Ugh. That hadn't dried properly, and I've smudged that a bit, but hey ho, it won't hurt. So, are you a lover or a hater of fussy cutting? Now, I am cutting very close to this because I'm chopping a bit off. I don't want to leave a big border because then you'll leave the lines for where the stamp carries on. I used to hate fussy cutting. But since I've had these snips and learned about moving the paper and not my scissors, I find it so much easier and I don't mind doing it. Hello, Michelle. How are you? What am I making? Halloween cards. We're playing with the Playful Ghosts stamp set. That's what I've been using this week. And we've done a funky background just with water and ink, and then we're just decorating on that. I've just stamped and cut out a pumpkin just to add in there. Cool, yeah. I just want to add a little bit of, I'm going to use my right marker because it's easier to get in. A bit darker inside his mouth and his eyes. Just, I know pumpkins are lighter inside than outside, but I just feel that with shadow it'll be look better dark. There we go. That's just coloured that in there. Pop that back. Right, so I'm going to add that. But what I'm going to put is I've got some black twine. And I'm just going to do a small bow, if I can. My cat's snoring. I don't know if you hear her. Bless her. I can't see. I don't know which one it is. All right, so I'm going to do a tiny black bow. Come on. Just like that. Oh, my dog's peed now. I'll chop that. I'm going to have that as the top of our pumpkin. Let's pop that on some dimensionals. How's Hayden? Say hello for me. Well, I would if Hayden was out of bed. But he's okay because he's still in bed. Doesn't tend to get up on a Thursday because he knows I do this. And he doesn't want to be on here. So unless he's got something to do, he doesn't get out of bed. But I will tell him you said hello. I need to speak to you anyway, don't I, Shell? Dad says you're on about visiting. We need to make sure that like you go when I'm not, so that I can have a break. Oh yeah. For a change. Yeah, for a change, you know, if he's in bed for a change. Why would he want to get out? Just grab a glue dot to add there at the top so that I can add my little bow. Just pull that. I just want it tiny. There we go. I've got a little bow on there. Oh, how cute. That's that. Pop that in the bin. Right, so I need a card base to pop this onto. I'm wondering about a basic black. Let's see. I haven't got one ready done. So we will score our card at 10.5 and then chop it in half at 14.9. I'll save that one for later. Yes, Evangeline, I can hear you. Bone folder, make sure we've got a nice crease there. I don't usually do my cards this way when I do it this way, but I'd forgot because they tend to slide out, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll go with the black, I feel. Right, now I've got to make sure I get plenty of adhesive on here so it straightens it out. Evangeline, I can hear you. You've just got to wait. Nicely around the edge, and then I don't normally put this much on, but because it's really crinkled, I am doing because I want to make sure it stays put. And then just pop that on, line that up. We can all hear you. That's why I like wet glue, because it gives you that wiggle room to manoeuvre it into exactly the right place. And it nicely lined up. Okay. There we go. Right. And then I'm just going to add some splatter to it. I'm just thinking I'm going to add some black. Not a lot, just a bit, because I don't want to overdo it. Just a little bit of black, and then we'll go with some Winkostella, just for a bit of sparkle, which you probably won't see. I'm just going to touch a little bit on my ghost. Not colouring it all because it will move the pencil that I've put on there. There we go. I'm not sure I've got any rhinestones to go on here or anything. Oh, I know what I have got actually. We have purple. Some gorgeous grape. I'll just add a few of these. I know I want it tucked behind, but I don't think I want it tucked behind that much. I'm struggling. Come on. Oh dear. Come on. Thank you. Smaller ones. Thought I picked it up, but obviously not. There we go. And that's those. Just add that little bit of extra. And then on the inside, obviously, I would put
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Thanks, cute. Button a nose in. Would put an inner on the inside to write on. Right, so that's our first card. Now, I fancy doing a bit of a different technique again. I drink my cold tea. But I'm going to use some of the leftover papers that I've still got from my yeah, tell me. My kit. My scrapbooking kit. This one's not so much a technique really. It's just something you can do. I'm just going to cut a piece of black and white striped paper down to our first layer, 14.4 by 10. I'm going to colour this, and I'm going to colour it. I think we'll go green with the lemon lime twist. And I am going to use the blend because it's bigger, so it'll be quicker. I just want to grab a piece of grid paper to put underneath so I'm not drawing on my mat, because I will go right to the end. Right. I'm just going to go along in lines. You will see where it overlaps the colour, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. I'm just going to go over all the white with lemon lime twist. And this is a fab Halloween colour. This ochre and the apple green really works, but I like the lemon lime twist a bit brighter. It's almost Beetlejuice vibes, isn't it? Which I do want to see. I hope I'm not disappointed. I love the original Beetlejuice. And normally when they redo things or follow on, it's not the same, is it? Yeah. There we go. See how you get, it's got a bit of variation in it where it's got more colour on it. That's fine. I can do that. You were just thinking Beetlejuice. Yeah. Yeah, I love the first one. So I want to see the second one. But like I say, I just hope that it's good. Right, so I'm going to stamp our October the 31st on it for this. And I am going to be cutting it out. And again, I'm going to heat emboss it because I find that easier to cut out. And I'm going to do it on, I'm going to do it on basic white. See if I've got a scrap. That'll be okay. I always keep scraps of white that are large enough to use on my desk, and then I do go to them and use them for my stamping. My mat. Can't find everything I need. I've got my 2 pieces of card. Let's grab some blocks for our stamps. That's a bit big. With that one, I like to use the smallest block possible. For my stamps, I find I get better control. Not saying I get it right all the time and it's perfect, but I feel it's better. All right, give that a good ink up with our sticky ink and stamp that. And the same for this one. Now the reason, like I have said, that I do so much inking up on these is so that I get a good cover, but these are also new stamps, and I have primed them slightly, give them a good clean, but I tend to find that you need that little bit extra. I am going overboard. I know I'm going overboard, but I'd rather do that than it not work. Better safe than sorry, as they say. All right. Let's just add a powder on there. I am going to do an order after I come off here. Well, I'll get myself a fresh cup of tea. Then I shall be putting in an order, and I will be ordering the basics embossing powders. Because, yeah, this isn't the best at all. It's not sticking too well. I've probably had it that long. It needs throwing away, really. But it's better than none. Because this wouldn't work using any other colour today. There we go, and that's just going. I still find this magical every time I do it. And for those of you that aren't sure what I'm talking about, I'll show you, but I just want to get rid of some of these rogue pieces. I don't know if you'll be able to see how it melts it. As you can see, it's blowing it off a bit. It just melts it and creates a solid image. But yeah, I love it. I've overcooked that one. It's lost its shine, but that's okay. Right, I'll use this one because it's dried or cooled, so it won't rub off. Right, and I'm just going to go around the edge of this, just roughly, and fussy cut that. It doesn't have to be perfect, as long as it's within, so you've got more or less the same board around everywhere. Trying not to get too many sharp edges. There we go. And I do know I go very quiet when I'm cutting. I'll just cut this one out. Remember, if you're watching, do pop on and say hi. Like to see that you're there. As well as it helps my page when people interact. There we go. I'll just chop that there. Okay. Put that in the bin. So we've got our 31st in October. So that will go like that. Something like that. And then I'm going to use, I think we're going to use our Flying Ghost for this one. Then we've used all of them, haven't we? I know I didn't do the whole of the other one. Take that off there because I need that block. And we need a piece of basic white again, and that will do. And I am going to heat emboss that and then colour him in. I'm afraid you're having to watch me do a lot of heat embossing today. I am sorry, but I just like the effect it gives for this. There we go. Make sure you've got plenty on there. I know with my white embossing powder and my silver and that I've got that are Stampin' Up! Embossing powders, they're a lot better than this. It sticks better and it's finer, so it covers better. But this is fine for this. Oh, and again, I'll just melt that. And I keep the heat tool still. Won't do it. A lot of people tend to waft the heat tool. I find it better just holding it still and then chasing the line that's melting. Because if you're wafting it, it's cooling down in between. Some people do it from the back. I have done it that way before. But yeah, you find which way you're more comfortable with at doing it. There's no right, no wrong. It is cute, isn't it? They are. It's a lovely set, this. Right, so let's colour this in, shall we? So we'll have to have a bit of lemon lime twist in it. In fact, I'm going to use my right markers. Gorgeous grey, pumpkin pie, lemon lime twist, but I will use my black blend because it's bigger. Just because these areas are smaller, I find it easier to get in with these. So we'll have a bit of colour on his hat. I'm going to do the patch. Oh, if I open the other end, bigger piece. So lemon lime twist. We'll have a bit of a pattern going on with gorgeous grape, black and pumpkin pie. I've gone all warm all of a sudden. Ooh. I think I'm going to have to take my cardigan off. And just do the band on the hat. And then the rim can be pumpkin pie. Now, these right markers, other than colours that have come back or new colours, it's the same set I have had for about 7 or 8 years. They're really good. I think I've only had my black that's run out and I've had to replace. I'm just going to grab Daffodil Delight to use for the buckle on the hat. Now, I suppose it would have been better with grey and do it silver, but we're having it gold. Right, so, oops. We'll colour the rest on his cape. In with the black. And I like this, the blend, because this is a dark basic black. It's proper black. There we go. Oh, there's a little bit there. Then I can close these because we're finished with those. I want a real red for his tongue. And I will do inside his mouth smoky slate, because he's a ghost, so it wouldn't be pink, would it? But his tongue can be red. Doesn't make sense. I know. Hey ho. That's what I'm doing. And I think his broom can be, yeah. I'll go early espresso for the broom. Keep it quite dark. There we go. Put those over there out the way. And we can fussy cut this. My gosh, it's 2 o'clock. Where has that time gone? Doesn't take long, does it, for an hour to pass when you're doing something? Come on. So my hands aren't working too good today, but we're getting there. There we go. Once we get round the fiddly bit, it's a bit better. Trying to leave just a little white border all the way around to help it stand out. I'm not going all the way down in between the ghosts and his broom. I'll just go around there. Gotta figure out what I want to create tonight. So I'm going to a friend's for a crafty session. Take some stuff with me. I've got quite a few kits. I might take a few kits with me so I can just sit and chill and craft. There we go. Right. I'm going to keep this one quite simple. Let's add our October on. I'm just using the edges of my dimensionals. I don't want to waste any. An extra bit on there because I missed that. It's nice to use them all up. All that on that. And we can pop. It's not sticky, so we won't pop that bit anywhere. Right. Another edge piece there. And then we'll get another sheet out. Right. I'll just pop a couple of those on there. And we can add that on. I'm just going to pop that so it's levelish at the end, not perfectly. Right, and our ghosty. He's a cute ghosty, isn't he? Dimensionals. Oops. Now I am just going to trim a piece just to put on his broomstick. Yes, that's my tummy. Yes, I use my paper snips for cutting that then that I don't usually do, but I'm conscious of the time and don't like to go much over the hour. There we go. Right. I am going to add a little bit of Wimpostella to our ghosty. So this again is quite a simple card. There's not a lot to it as far as embellishing and what have you. It is quite simple. I think I might go basic black again. That's really effective. It is, isn't it? You don't need much. I think if you've got a background. Not sure about that. I might. Let's just bring it. See, I've got a full pack of pumpkin pie because it's not a colour I use a lot of. But I'm just wondering, it might look terrible against the lemon lime twist. Oh, that's not even a full card base size. It's a bit short. Yeah, no, don't like that. One last try at Gorgeous Grape. Let's see what that'll look like. I have got one of those. I think the gorgeous grape looks better. Let's just pop that down, run that along there. Yeah, definitely. And I like that background being, even that stripe, but being quite plain. Grape looks good. It does, doesn't it? There we go. I've got to stop saying that. There we go. Okay, pop that on there. And that, yeah, I like it being quite plain. If you get, even though it's not plain, but it is. Right, what embellishments? I might go for some of those again, just to tie that in. That's slightly moved. Too late. I'll go. Nope, nope, nope. Hayden's finally out of bed. That on there. And we'll have that. And that there. That's it. Just 3 little, one tucked under his tail and the 2 there. That's enough just to draw the eye. And there we have today's 2 cards. Oh, I'm a bit of a tidy up because I'm in a bit of a mess. Pop some things away. And then I'll bring in our first card. Get rid of my rubbish. Dimensional backs. I hate them. They get everywhere. But there we go. Thanks, Shell. I don't know about clever, but I can stick some things together. 2 very different cards. Using the same products. But yeah, I really like that background. I like making backgrounds. I enjoy it. And getting a bit messy. But yeah, just changing those stripes, adding a bit of colour to them, changes the paper up. And yeah, you don't need a lot on it then. So yeah, right, well, let's get you, turn you back. But I'll turn that off so I don't get massive shadow. Thank you very much for joining me and for your comments. I'm going to go now and make me a nice cup of tea. I'll sit with Hayden for half an hour and have a cup of tea, and then I'm going to put my order in so I can get some better embossing powder. That's the plan. Right, thank you very much all, and I shall see you next week. When a coffee for you. Yeah, I don't do much. I do coffee when I'm out, and I do coffee when I'm at Louise's. But at home I'm tea. Yeah. What was next week? Well, Christmas next week. Doing a bit of Christmas. Yeah. Thanks very much. See you all soon. Bye.